What's up, everybody? Welcome to part seven. I'm in a good mood. We're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna take things in a little bit of a different direction. So bear with me. I hope you're gonna like it. So let's see what happens today. I'm gonna start by talking to I think a different audience. I think that what I want to get across to be more for people who oppose kind of my view. So this is going to be for you guys who want the masks, who love the masks, who are super pro putting in all the effort to protect the others and all this stuff. So this one's for you. I hope that we can get somewhere together with this. Okay, guys. So my question to you is, if you want the mask, if you like the mask, and your goal is what the government's been telling us, what the TV doctors have been telling us, which is we gotta put on the mask to protect others. So my question to you is this: is wearing this mask, is it really good enough? Is it really good enough? Do you really believe that this is the solution and this gets the job done? Because like we're being sold this idea, despite the numbers, despite the data, right? Despite all logic, we're being told that COVID-19 is the most deadly thing of all time. This is like potential to wipe out the world population, right? Like this is catastrophic. We're doing things for COVID-19 that we've never done ever for anything. We're shutting down the world. We're hiding in our homes. We're masking everybody up. We're hiding our kids. I mean, this is unprecedented times, right? This is crazy town, right? So, are we doing enough? I mean, we're wearing a mask, this cloth mask, I mean, really? Is this how we stop this crazy virus that's going all over the world? Is this what we do? There has to be a better way, right?
There's got to be a better way.
I mean, so one problem that we know is that you can actually get infected through the eyes, right? So the mask doesn't cover the eyes, right? So why are we leaving the eyes exposed, right? One of the problems that can happen too when you're wearing the mask is like I talked about, it's uncomfortable. You move it around, you touch the front of the mask, which is where all the blocking is happening, right? So you have all this virus on the mask. You touch it, you touch your eye, you get infected, right? So shouldn't we be doing something to block the eyes? So maybe you put some goggles on with the mask. So that keeps your eyes protected. That way, if you touch the mask, you can't get to the eye because you got these goggles on. Okay? You can actually get infected through the ears. It's rare, but it can happen. So why do we have the ears exposed? Maybe we can wear earmuffs or something and block the ears and our eyes covered and our mouth covered. I mean, that would improve the situation, right? I mean, we've been hearing it all over the internet. I see all the funny, sarcastic memes, and I see all the angry people on social media who are so frustrated with the people who aren't wearing the masks and aren't taking this seriously enough, even though the asymptomatics are not driving the spread, right? I mean, are you guys taking it seriously enough? Can't we do better than this? Can't we do more to protect everybody? I mean, I hear all the time, oh, it's uncomfortable, but still what? My pants are uncomfortable. Just do it, right? It doesn't matter if it's uncomfortable. Why can't we do more? Let's put stuff on the eyes and the ears. Maybe we cover the whole head. Let's maybe get a helmet or something. Maybe the covering your whole head isn't really even enough, right? Like when you have like scientists who are working in a lab with like highly dangerous materials, like they don't just wear a cloth mask, right? Like they'll cover their whole body. So like clearly the masks are not working on their own well enough. We can do better than this, right? Like look, you guys are seeing it on the news every day. You're seeing it on social media every day. Look at what's happening in the States. It's starting to happen in Canada now too, right? The COVID cases, they're going through the roof. What's going on? In the States, they've had mask mandates for weeks. And people are wearing masks a lot more. Maybe not everybody, but way more masking going on down there than there was before. And the COVID cases are going up. So clearly we need to step it up a little bit, right? We need to cover more. I mean, who cares if it's a little uncomfortable, right? Like, man, we got to save all these people. So let's step it up a notch, right? What can we do? What about like a hazmat suit? I mean, that might sound extreme, but I mean, if it inconveniences you a little bit, like, isn't it worth it? If we can just save one life, isn't it worth it if we start wearing more to protect everybody? Like a hazmat suit, like cover your whole body, your hands, your face, everything. It might be a little hard to drive and like do groceries and stuff, but like nothing that we can't handle, you know? Why can't we step it up a little bit? If we wear hazmat suits, are we really going to be worried about people getting sick and dying? We can stop all of this. I really hope this video goes viral so we can start seeing people out there with hazmat suits. It'll look like E.T.
Peter, you've been down there all day. I hope you're all ready. Ah!
Oh my God! The government is here! Run, E.T., run!
All right. I'll stop. Okay. I wanted to make a point, okay? There's always more you can do, right? And I don't think that it's fair when people are criticizing others and shaming them and saying, look, this is the least you can do, whatever, all this stuff, just because you are doing something that you think is working, which is highly questionable. Okay, and I just made the point that like everybody's wearing masks in the States a lot more. I mean, not everybody is, but certainly a lot higher percentage of people are doing them now, especially with all the mandates happening down there. The cases are through the roof. Okay, the mandates have been going on for like a month, longer in some places, and the cases are going through the roof. Okay, so mandates are happening. They are enforcing it. This is the States, man. They don't mess around. Like if they make a law and they're pushing it, some of these governors and stuff, they're crazy, man. In California, Governor Gavin Newsom, I mean, this guy's like, he's nuts. He's been on crazy power control for a long time, and like they're not even getting hit that hard. But he's nuts. Okay, so this stuff is happening. Masks have been going on for over a month. Mandates in some places. What's going on? There's an incubation period of 2 weeks before symptoms happen and people go in for tests. Cases are through the roof. Surge. You're hearing it on the news all the time. What's going on? The masks aren't doing it, right? So, but besides that, like there's always more you can do. You can get creative and you can take this to a loony place. I mean, truthfully, I already think this is at a loony place. I do. Okay? You can wear a mask, fine. You want to do your part. Don't tell me how to do it. I'm careful. I might not wear a mask or want to wear a mask and haven't worn a mask. A lot of you haven't worn a mask for lots of this, and you started doing it recently because it's become more of a topic of discussion. But you haven't been doing it since March, right? A lot of you haven't, right? So some of you have, and that's fine. Good for you guys, right? But like, there's more masking happening now than before, and there's more cases happening now than before. I mean, put it together. I think we need to stop focusing on this stupid, futile strategy of getting everybody to do the same thing. That never works. And it's not going to work when the science is this weak. It just is, okay? Let's stop pretending that the science on masks is immaculate. It is not, okay? This is not science that's settled, okay? It is not that. This is like highly disputed, okay? So if we had this undisputed science, that would be one thing, okay? If it worked incredibly well, that would be one thing. If people were wearing masks more and cases were going down significantly, that would be one thing. We're not seeing that, okay? So, we have to stop this idea that we're going to get everybody on board doing the same thing. It's not even possible. There are people who have medical conditions. They can have mask exemptions, okay? So you're never going to get this, okay? The best thing to do, I've been saying this from the beginning, and anybody with a clear head has been saying this. You have to take your life into your own hands. That's what you need to do. Okay, and in one of the next videos, I'm going to talk about a number of things that you can do to keep yourself healthy. Okay, but right now, what I want to talk about is a couple of things. So one of the things that does frustrate me about all of this is I don't see almost at all anybody talking about the face shield. Okay, the face shield is the plastic clear shield that some people wear that goes in front of their face. I don't see hardly any discussion about this. I did see a video. I'm not going to play it here, but I did see a video by Dr. Paul Thomas, who is a physician in Oregon. He did a video about masks. I highly suggest you look it up. Go on YouTube or even look him up on Facebook. Dr. Paul Thomas, real smart dude. He does a presentation. I think it's a little over an hour or something like that. Going on and on about masks. Talks about a bunch of different things. Shows a lot of data. Really good presentation. One of the things he does is he talks about face shields. And, I was really pleased watching this. I've been wondering why this isn't being talked about. The face shield should be something that we talk about. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. I've used this, okay? Not when I go to the store or anything like that. I've used it for work. So I work at a store. And before, once we opened to the public again, we started wearing protective coverings. They wanted us to wear masks. I told them I'm not going to wear a mask. I was able to work this out with them. They got us these face shields, okay? This is better than a mask because it doesn't restrict your breathing, okay? This is a real problem. Anybody who wears a mask at work for a full shift, they're going to tell you how hard it is to breathe, how they can feel the difference, how their energy is down. They will tell you the difference. You get headaches. You do, okay? And so we got these. Some of the guys wore the mask for the first couple days. They stopped wearing that thing. They started wearing this, okay? Now this, I don't recommend this, okay? This is the first face shield that we got. It's kind of hard on the eyes. You can see it's not very clear. When you're on this side and you're looking out, it distorts your vision quite a bit. Okay, the first day or two that I wore this at work, it gave me a headache and it was hard on my eyes. I actually started to worry about what this could do long term to my eyesight. I have extremely high quality eyesight. I'm at 20/10, and I really value that, and I don't want to lose that. And I was really worried about that, but I don't wear this one anymore. The guys at work got us a better quality one. Okay, so this is the The next one that we did get at work, this one is wonderful compared to the other one. I can see completely clear on this. It's not as close to my face as well, so it's not going to fog up or have carbon dioxide kind of starting to collect close in front of me. I mean, I didn't really have an issue breathing truthfully in the other one, but this one's even better. It's more comfortable. I can see it. I can see through it much better. Okay. So look, I'm not an unreasonable guy. Look, the whole compliance thing, I'm going to talk about this in another video. Okay. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of mandates. I'm not a fan of politicians telling everybody blanket statements. You got to do this, especially when the science is trash. It's garbage. Okay. But I work at a store. Their policy was that people got to wear masks when they come in, and I was able to work out a compromise with these guys. They're reasonable people. I give them a lot of credit for hearing me out and understanding how it might be difficult to wear one of those things all day. They all wore them. They all hate them. Okay, everybody at work now wears this thing, and they love it. It's way better, and I can tell you, it's way better. So if you're gonna be in a position where you got to work with one of these things for a long period of time, I highly recommend that you get in on something like this. This thing's gonna protect. There are no pores here, man. I can spit at you and I'll never get anything on you with this thing. It protects better. Okay, so I can sneeze, I can cough, forget it. Nothing's getting through this thing. Okay, and I can see. It's easier to clean. That's another thing. Those masks, I told you, people don't change them enough. They wear them all day. They wear them for several days. They don't wash them enough. All kinds of junk in there, all kinds of garbage with that. With this thing, I can pull it off multiple times a day and clean it with something that's not highly chemicalized, right? Something natural. I can clean it and put it back on, and it's fresh again. So with masks, unless you're going through, every half hour, these medical masks, you're not going to do that. And then what good is that? The medical masks, if you're going through 10, 12 of these a day, which is what you would truthfully need to do if you wanted to do this properly and do it safely. How much waste is that? How much crap is that? I wear this. This is it. I don't have to keep throwing stuff in the garbage. Okay? So look, I'm a reasonable guy. We talked about it. I said, okay, I'm going to try this out. We tried it out. Look, I have no complaints about it. I don't. I can breathe. I can do my job. And it's fine. And it's more protective. If you watch that Dr. Paul Thomas video I was telling you about, go watch it. He's going to tell you about why it's better. And it is. It works better than the mask does. Now, I'll be honest. My opinion is still that I don't need to wear anything. I don't. I know I don't. I'm not sick. I'm not asymptomatic carrier, and even if I am, I'm not getting into people's close quarters or I'm going to infect them. I don't do that. I'm not exceptionally embraceful of strangers. I don't do that. Okay, so we've gone over this in previous videos, so that's still how I feel. I'm doing this. I'll wear that thing for my job because my job requires it. I'm going to talk about this in another video as well, but Calgary has just announced, we're in the tail end of July right now as I make this video. Calgary has announced that starting August 1st, they're going to have mandates for wearing masks in the city and in public spaces. So everybody's going to be doing that now. So, we were kind of unique-ish. We were one of the stores that was requiring it in our store before it became a law, and which truthfully kind of bugged me, but it is what it is. They're a nationwide company based out of Ontario where the mask mandates were already happening, so it didn't surprise me that much. So yeah, again, I don't need to wear a mask. I know I don't. Okay, and on principle, I don't like to, and I don't want to. So that hasn't changed. I want to talk about is the actual strategy that I think would work best. And this is actually also taken from Dr. Paul Thomas, um, his video. Okay. And it makes complete sense. It is absolutely true. And this is what we should be doing. So instead of trying to mandate masks and trying to set up a team effort or a herd sort of strategy where we're all doing this to protect one another. First of all, as I said, this isn't even working. Okay, but besides that, getting the compliance is difficult, right? And in my opinion, rightfully, I think that I think people should have the right to choose, right? I've been very clear on that. But what we should be doing is we should be instead arming the people who are most vulnerable with the tools to protect themselves. They can. Okay. I'm gonna get into nutrition and supplementation and things like that in a future video here. But just to end this video here, just to kind of conclude this, what we should be doing. So obviously people who are most vulnerable, okay, people with autoimmune disease, people who are very sick, elderly people, people with cancer, whatever, okay, people who we know are at risk for lots of things. First of all, you do not need to wear a mask all the time, right? That's nonsense. You don't need to do it. If you work in a place where you're doing customer service, like obviously if you're somebody who's immunosuppressed or something like that, like you probably should reconsider that. If you're, let's say you're an elderly person or you're an immunosuppressed person and you need to go to the grocery store or whatever, you need to be out in public for whatever reason, okay? Because I know you guys are the guys who are relying on people to all wear the mask to protect you, and you're scared as all hell when you get out there and have to do anything. Okay, so for one, you should avoid at all costs being in public spaces during all this if you're that worried about it. But if you absolutely have to be out there, you can protect yourself. Okay, and it's kind of like a compromise to the ridiculousnesses of the start of this video. Okay, obviously wearing a hazmat suit is absolutely over the top, and you shouldn't actually entertain that idea, but this is what you can do. Okay, so the N95 mask is going to be the most protective of the face masks. Okay, it's going to do the best at keeping penetration from happening inward or outward. However, as I mentioned before, it's also going to be the one that may give you difficulty the quickest with breathing. Okay, so you want to make sure that this is not an overly long-term thing. So if you are going to the grocery store, try and wrap that up in like less than an hour, which can be hard sometimes depending on how busy it is, right? But yeah, so what you want to do if you're an elderly person, immunosuppressed, what you want to do is you want to put on this N95 mask. Dr. Paul Thomas goes into this in his video. You want to put on the N95 mask, and then you want to put the face shield over top of it. You do this, nothing's getting to you. The face shield protects your eyes, which is that wasn't a joke. Okay, that's real. That you can be infected through the eyes. It blows my mind that nobody's talking about this. The face shield protects against that. And it protects your nose and mouth better than the masks do. You wear the N95 mask, and you wear the face shield over top it. You do this, you're basically impenetrable, right? You really are. The only downside to this is as I said, the N95 mask can give you challenges, especially if you're older or immunosuppressed, and like oxygen's important, man. Like you need this actually even more than a healthy person does. Okay, so not to take this lightly. Do not do this for long periods of time. If you're working a job, let's say, you know, where you're going to encounter people and you think you're going to wear the N95 mask and the shield over top for 8 hours, 6 hours, whatever, this is bad news. This is going to get you in trouble. Don't do it. Okay, the masks for long periods of time, I'm telling you guys, bad idea. Avoid this. Okay, but if you have to go into public and you are truly worried, you know, for whatever reason about contracting COVID and not being able to defend it with whatever your immune system is, this is what you do. Put the N95 on, put the face shield over it. You're gold. You're okay, so long as you're not in there for too long. So this is my advice to you. Give it a try. Go check out that video by Dr. Paul Thomas, and you'll get really good information on that and why.